Welcome to this platform. So in this video, we are going to answer Mathematics Paper 1 that the GCE wrote, that is 2025 paper. So this paper was written on 7th August 2025. So we are going to answer the whole paper and I encourage you to stay up to the end. And one more thing, if you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, kindly do so that you do not miss out. If you're watching this from TikTok, you might have to, or you might want to watch the full video, otherwise part of it only is posted here. And also equally, if you're watching this from Facebook. Okay, so let us look at the questions. So the first question was simplify. The first question was simplify. Now, normally these questions, they come expand and simplify. So when you are given to simplify, in this case, you remove the brackets by expanding. So let us do so. So we are going to multiply, or let me just copy the question. We are going to have y minus 3 minus 3, then 2 minus y. So we expand. So multiply that, you are going to have 2y. Multiply that, you are going to have negative 6. Then that, you are going to have again negative 6. That, you are going to have negative 3 or positive 3. Why? Because negative and negative is positive. Then bring the like terms together. So you're going to have 2y plus 3y minus 6 minus 6. And this is going to be 5y minus 12. Okay, so that is the answer to this question. Then you put your answer here, 5y minus 12. Just that, 2 marks. Let us look at the second question. So evaluate. Now to evaluate this, as you can see, that is the fourth root of 16 and 81, then to the power 3. So what does it mean? So the fourth root of 16 is 2. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, that's 16. Then the fourth root of 81 is 3. Okay, then to the power 3. So this power distribute and you are going to have 2 to the power 3, 3 to the power 3. Then you are going to have what on top? That is 8 divide, that is 27. Okay, so the answer here is 8 divide 27. Question number 3, factorize completely. So factorize completely, if you are given in such a manner, you just factorize by grouping. So let me just copy this question. 2ab minus 3b plus 10a minus 15. So I can group these, pair these. Okay, so in the first bracket, what is common? B is common. What remains? 2 minus 3. In the second bracket, what is common? What is common is Z. So in the second part, what is common is Z. 3 or 5. So 5 is common. What remains here? 2a minus 3, because 5 go into 15 3 times, so that is minus 3. So as you can see, this is common, that is common, and they have to be the same. So if these are not the same, just know that there's a chance you've done the wrong thing. Okay, so let us bring what is common together. So what is common outside? That is b and 5. Then what is common inside is 2 minus 3. So that is, or this is the answer. So we put it there, b plus 5, then 2a minus 3. Okay, so we proceed to look at the fourth question. Solve the equation. So solving the equation, it means we are finding the values of x. So x squared minus 8 is equals to 0. So we can start by taking 8 the other side. 1 over 2 x squared, 8 is equals to, or is equals to 8. Now we need to get rid of this half in front, so we multiply it by its reciprocal. Also on the other side we multiply. Then we are remaining with x squared is equals to 16. So square root, x is equals to, you know that the square root of a number is plus or minus 4. So x is equals to 4, x is equals to negative 4. So I can say 4 or negative 4. So that answers this question. Okay, so question 5, use the set notation to describe the shaded region in the Venn diagram. How do we describe the shaded region? So here, what is not shaded is B and C. So it means excluding these, and the notation is complement. So it's A intersection B union C complement. That is for this set. All right. We proceed to question 6. Now, question 6, a company with 600 or 6,000 shares declared a dividend of 56,000. What amount will Betty receive for her 36 shares? So the first thing, we need to find the amount per share. So to find the amount per share, we are going to say the dividend, which is 56,000, divide, that is the number of shares. So 6,000 shares. So this and that cancels. So what are we going to have? That is 56 divide, what is 56 divide 6? We should be able to find a 9.33, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, what are you able to find? That is 56 divide 3. By the way, this is paper 1, so no use of calculator. So here you should be able to find 9.33. Okay, that is the cost or amount per share. Then now looking at Betty's share is 36, so multiply 36 and should be able to give us, that is the 336. Okay, the question is, what amount will Betty receive for 36 shares? So 336 kwacha, if I'm not mistaken. So kindly confirm this as you go through. Then question 7, the formula for the nth term of the arithmetic progression. So the nth term, or we can say the formula for the nth term of an arithmetic progression is 2n minus 3. Find the first term. So to find the first term, it means n is equals to 1. So 2, 1 minus 3. And this gives us negative 1. So don't forget to put your answer there. So the first term is negative 1. That is the first term. Okay, then the second question, this is for A. The second question, which is B, common difference if the sum of the first 8 term is 48. So common difference and the sum, what is the relationship that is there? So you should be able to find, or in order to find the sum of the nth term in the AP of AP, you say nth term, or sum of nth term is equals to n over 2, then 2a plus n minus 1, then multiply d. So you're going to replace n is 8. They're saying first 8 term, so 8 divide 2. Then here 2, the first term is what? The first term is negative 1. We found it. Then plus 8 minus, or wherever there's 8, wherever there's n, we put 8. Then d. So what are we going to have? Here, the sum is given is 48. So 48 is equals to, this is just the same as 4. Inside here is negative 2. Then here, that is the plus 8 minus 1 multiply d. So it will be 7d. Okay. Then, of course, I can open brackets and say 48 is equals to, not even open bracket, I can divide here to remove this 4. So, what is going to remain? So, this remain 12 is equals to negative 2 plus 7d. So, please, let me just shift to the other side. So, we're going to have negative 2 plus 7d is equals to 12. 7d is equals to 12 plus 2. 7d is equals to 14. So therefore, we are going to find our d to be 2. So d is 2. Okay. So that is how you work this one out. Then let us go to question 8. If A is equals to that one, that is a matrix, find A transpose. So to find A transpose, you just, the row becomes the column becomes the row. So this is going to be our first column. So it's going to be negative 1, 2. So we are finding A transpose. Then this is going to be our second one, 3, 0. Third one, 1, 4. So this is the A transpose. Given that the multiple of these, or these matrices, if you multiply them, this and that, it gives you this, find the value of X. So what do you do? So you're just going to target, you know that matrices you multiply row by column, so row, column, add, then equal to that first part. So now here we are just going to target the one that has X and multiply with that, add, then equals to 7. So you're going to say X multiplied by 3 plus negative 2 multiply 1, then equal to 7. So I have 3x minus 2 equal to 7. So I have 3x is equals to 7 plus 2. 3x is equals to 9. Divide 3, divide 3. And x therefore is going to give us a 3. So our x is equals to 3. What did we find as a matrix on top there? It's negative 1, 2. Don't forget to put your answer here. 3, 0, 1, 4. So that is the answer to this part. Let us go to question 9. The probability that Gift will be late for a job interview or will not be late for a job interview is 0.05. What is the probability that he will be late for interview? So probability of such questions, the way you look at them, probability of will and not. So probability of Gift being late, okay, let me say not. Let me start with late for interview plus probability of not late should equal to 1. Probability is always equal to 1. So since we are given the probability of Gift will not be late, we can say 0.05 plus probability that he will be, or probability of late is equals to 1. So probability of late is equals to 1 minus 0.05. And this is going to give us 0.95. So the first question here is 0.95. Confirm. That is the A. Now for B, solve the equation. 2x minus 1 is equal, minus 4 is equals to 0. So here, solving such equation, normally you need to express the same bases. So you take this one the other side. So you're going to have 2x minus 1 is equals to 4. Express this 4 to base 2. So you're going to have this x minus 1 is equals to 2 to the power 2. So the bases are the same, which means all the powers are the same. So x minus 1 is equals to 2. X is equals to 2 plus 1. Therefore, x is equals to 3. So x is equals to 3. Okay. I guess there's no problem up to this point. That is the answer for question 9. All right. Let us go to question 10. Given that P is equals to that one. So, given that set P numbers starting from 10 to 20. So given that P is such that 10 less or equal to X less or equal to 20, X is the prime number. So within that set, we are looking at prime numbers from 10 to 20. List the set P. So to list the set P, we are going to have the prime number. Now, prime numbers is just a number that is divisible by 1 and itself. Now, within that range from 10 to 20, so you have 1, 11. 11 is just divisible by 1 and itself. We have 13. 13 is 1 and itself. Then we have 17. Then we have 19. Okay, so this is the set that we are looking for. So we can list it here. So set P is equals to, we have 11, 13, 17, 19. Okay. Then let us look at this question. The diagram below shows the sector P or Q. Arc PQ subtend an angle 45 degrees at a center. Given that POQ or the area of POQ is 77, calculate the radius. So this is called a sector. So we know, or we need to know, the area of a sector. So what is the formula? So area of a sector is equals to theta over 360 degree multiplied by pi r square. So the area is given 77 equal to theta, the angle given 45 degree, divide 360 degree multiplied by pi, you take it to be 22 over 7 multiplied by radius square. So we are finding radius. So your strategy should be to reduce these numbers to the lowest form. Otherwise, if you're going to multiply to find the big numbers, it will be very difficult for you to work with them. So how do you reduce? So for me, I can start by cancelling out. 45 can go into 360. You know that 360 is 90, 90, 90, 90. So this goes 2, 2, 2. So 45 into 45 is 1. 45 into 360 is 8. So that you should know. Then I can reduce 8 and this 22. So 2 can go there 11 times. 2 can go there 4 times. So what am I remaining with this side? I'm remaining with 77 is equals to 1 over 4 multiplied by 11 over 7 r square. So now I can cross multiply at this point, and I'm going to have, I can start with r square is equals to, all these at the bottom will multiply with 77. So 77 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 7. Now to get rid of, to find r, I can divide 11. I can divide 11. So r square is equals to 11 into 77 is 7. So it goes to 7 times 4 times 7. So r square is equals to 7 times 7 is 49. 49 times 4 is 196. So 196. So square root of 196, r therefore is equals to 14 centimeter. So the answer here is 14 centimeter. Confirm that is the answer. So please, for you not to struggle with this, you need to find a way of working out things. Especially should cultivate the idea of simplifying. If there's a part that is so challenging with learners when it comes to mathematics paper 1, is this part for mensuration and also earth geometry. But the only thing or the key behind is just simplifying the numbers. Don't multiply to complicate things. Otherwise, we can proceed to look at the next question, which is earth geometry. That is question 11. So the question reads, the diagram shows the position of 3 towns A, B, and C on the earth surface. What is the time difference between B and C? So the time difference. So how do you find the time difference? So for the time difference, you know that time is calculated along the longitude. So time difference between B and C, you need to find their difference in longitude. This one is sitting at 40 degree west. This one at 65 degree west. You know that east and west add. So their difference is um, 40 plus 65, and this gives us what? What does it give us? This gives us 105. So 105. Now, after you found the difference, to find the time difference or time difference is just simply the difference in their longitude. I guess you've gotten that. Time difference is just converting this difference in their longitude into hours. So it's just the same as the difference in longitude divide 15, because we know that 1 hour is equals to 15 degrees. So that's the conversion that we use. So 105 divide 15 is going to give us 7 hours. So that is the difference in and by the way, we should have used this space that is here. So that is question A. We have 40 plus 65, which is equals to 105. Then now time difference, we just say difference in longitude, and difference in longitude is theta. So you can say theta over 15 degree. So that is going to give us 105 divide 15. That is 7 hours. So the time difference is 7 hours, and we can put it there, 7 hours. So I urge you to put the answer immediately you find it, because you might forget. After calculating, you might leave this place without recording your answer. Now, coming to the second question, a plane flying due east A to B. So flying due east A to B. Okay, they are saying at 900 knots. So that is speed. So speed is that is for B, please. Speed is 900 knots. Okay, now when the speed is knots, just know that the distance was in nautical mile, and of course time was in hours. Divided gives us knots. Take 7 hours. Find the difference in latitude between A and B. Find the difference in latitude between A and B. So in other words, different in latitude, we are finding theta. Okay, so what do you do? So the first thing first, we are going to find the distance. So distance is equals to, or speed is equals to distance over time. Okay, so what is our speed? Our speed is 900 knots equal to, what is our distance? We do not have it. What is our time? Time is 7. So distance is just the same as 900 multiply 7. So 900 multiply 7, what is it giving us? 0. This is 63. So 6,300. 6,300 nautical mile. Now that we have the distance, we can find the theta by simply using distance is equals to 60 theta. So we put the distance 63, 0 nautical mile is equals to 60 theta. So divide 60, divide 60. So theta therefore is equals to this and that. So what are you finding when you divide this? So you should be able to find 105 degree. Confirm. So that is how you answer this question. So 105 degree. And I guess you followed the procedure. Okay, so that is done. Okay, so let us look at question 12 now. So for question 12, question A reads, a machine that loads mini meal into 25 bags has a tolerance of 0.5%. Find the highest acceptable mass of any bag loaded by the machine. So here, in other words, we are finding the upper bound or the maximum value. So we are given tolerance in percentage. So this is A. So we are saying 0.5 percentage, you know that is out of 100. And now we are going to multiply. We are going to multiply with the mass. Okay? We are going to multiply with the mass. What are we going to have? This is the 25. So here 25 is 4, 25 is 1. So we are going to have, in other words, that is on top it will be 0.5, bottom it will be 4. Divide this, it will give you 0.125 if I'm not mistaken. Then now this that we found is the one that we are going to add now. So we are going to say 25 plus 0.125, and we are going to have the maximum value to be 25.15. Okay, so that is what we are going to find. So could there be another way that you can work out this one? So be able also to suggest the way you can work out this one if at all there's another way. Then for question B, we are told if 12.5 liters of water was poured out of a container containing what? 20. So here is a container containing 20. Then you lose 12.5, which means you remain with 7.5. Find the relative error of the volume of water that remained. So what remained is 0.5 liters. That is what remained. So find the absolute, find the relative error. Now, relative error, you know that is the absolute error divide true value. So let us find the absolute error. Now, the absolute error, the number here has one decimal place, so which means the absolute error we can say is equals to n over 2, which is 0.1 if it has one decimal place, divided 2, which gives us 0.05. So the absolute error is 0.05 on top right there. Then what about the true value is 7.5. Now we can reduce this one. Let us make it into whole numbers, to multiply here by 100 to get rid of 1, 2, to get rid of the zeros. Also at the bottom, you multiply by 100, we are going to have 5 divide this, multiply 100 is 750. So we are going to have 5 over 750, which is just the same as 1 over 150. So this is the relative error. If you want, you can leave it in decimal places. Have we recorded the answers for the first one? No. So it's very, very important that you do record. So 25, the first one is 25.125. The second one is 1 over 150. All right, let us go to question number 13. So question 13 here, it says, in the following diagram, A, B, C, D, and E are points on the circumference of the circle, center O. Angle ADB is equals to 18 degrees. You can see it visibly there. Angle EAD is equals to 31. You can see it there. BC is equals to CD. So which means this is an isosceles triangle. So take note. Find the angle EOD. So where is EOD? EOD. So which means we are talking about this angle. Now, you need to know about the properties of the angles. This that you are seeing here, this is the chord, and of course we have the segment here. Now, originating from the same one, we have this part which forms 31, and we have this part that comes at the center. The fact that they are originating from the same part here, the angle at the center is twice this one. So that is one property that you are going to apply. So therefore, to find what is at the center, we are just simply going to say 31 multiplied by 2. And of course, this one is angle at the center. is twice angle at the circumference. So what is that? It's going to give us 62. So this angle is 62 degree. So this one is 62 degree. Then ADC. Let us see ADC. ADC. So we are talking about the whole of this part. Part of it is already 18. So what do we do? Here we are going to think of this triangle here at the bottom is an isosceles triangle. And if we can find this angle, we can also find these two because these are base angles. They are equal. So what do we do? So for this one, you know that again, another thing is that this is passing at the center. And you know that angles in a semicircle are 90 degree. So this angle is 90 degree. So if this angle is 90 degree, so you're going to say 180. Let me just say here, 180 minus 90 divide 2. 180, the whole of this triangle, then minus 90. These angles are equal, so I'm sharing them. So divide 2, that is these angles. So 180 minus 90 is 90, divide 2 is 45 degree. So which means this is 45 degree and also that is 45 degree. Now you know that to have the whole of this angle, you need to add 18 and 45. So we are going to say plus 18 and this gives us 63 degree. Okay. I guess it gives us 63 degree. So 45, just to confirm, 18. So this is the, this is 13, 3, 1, 13. Okay, 63. Then the last question, what are we finding? So for the last question, EXD. EXD. So write this angle. Now, one thing you should understand here about this angle is that we have a triangle here. Do we know this angle? Yes, we know it. This is the twice angle, so this is 62. We know already. Then we have this small triangle here. I guess you are able to see it. So that small triangle that you are able to see, having the angle of 18 degree and having the angle of what? Having the angle of 62 degree. Then we can find this other angle here. We can find this one. If we can find this angle that we are targeting, we can also find that one because we are going to have a straight line. We're going to have a straight line. Okay, so this is where X is. This is where E is. This is where D is. So this angle, if we can find this angle right here, okay, which means we can also calculate the other one. So that is our target. So now what are we going to do? So there we are going to say, that is for C question, please. We are going to say, we are going to add 62 plus 18, then plus that part we do not know, X is equals to 180. 18 plus 62, that is 80. Okay, 80 plus, so that is 80 plus X equal to 180. So you're going to say 180 minus 80 gives us 100. So this angle that you're seeing here is 100. Now, if this angle is 100, out of 180, this is 8 degree. So therefore, we are going to say 180 minus 100 is equals to 80 degree. Therefore, this angle is 80 degree. Then this mid angle, what did we find? I bet you found 63 degree. I guess we are together up to this point. Okay. Let us proceed to look at this one now, question 14. In the diagram, AB is equals to 8. As you can see, AB is right here, 8. AD is equals to 10, as you can see, is right here. DC, just from here up to there, is 12. Then angle, this is 90 degree. That's what it means. Find the value of tan AC ACB. So tan ACB. Now let me take you back a bit to what we call SOHCAHTOA. Okay, when you are dealing with this part. So what about SOHCAHTOA? So the first part is sine, cosine, tan. Now since we are dealing with the tan, what does it mean? So tan is equals to tan theta is equals to adjacent over opposite. So adjacent A for adjacent. Now since we are told this angle, this is not a right angle triangle, so we cannot deal with this triangle. So we are going to deal with the whole triangle because that's what makes it a right angle triangle. So which means the opposite is this one, 8. Now the adjacent is this part. Then the hypotenuse the other side. So now what we need, since we are using the whole triangle, we need to find the whole distance up to there. So we need this part that is missing so that we can have the whole vert. So that's the first part that we are going to do. So the first part, we are going to find this part. And what are we going to do? We are going to use just this part given. This is the right angle triangle also. So that is the one that we are going to use using Pythagoras theorem. So we are going to say, which part are we finding? BD. So we are going to say BD square is equals to, the longest side is AD. AD square minus, that is the AB square. So BD square is equals to, what is our AD? Is 10 square minus, what is our AB? Is 8 square. So you're going to have 100 minus 64. That is the 36. So BD square, square root. And we are going to have BD is equals to what? 6 centimeter. So this is 6 centimeter. Now, since we want to use the whole VT, we are going to have 6 plus 12. That is 18. Is it 18? Yes. So that is what we are going to have. Now that we have the thing, now we can say tan ACB. Is it FCB? Yes. Is equals to adjacent over, opposite. Is it adjacent? TOA. That is SOHCAHTOA. So opposite over adjacent, please. Opposite over adjacent. Now what is the opposite? The opposite is AB, so over BC. So we are going to replace 8 divide 18, which can reduce to 4 over 9. Simply dividing to 4, dividing to 9. So this here is the answer. Is this the first question? Yeah, the first question. So this is going to be 4 over 9. Okay, we are progressing. Then let us look at B question. This is coordinate geometry. Okay, now in the diagram, AB is perpendicular to CD. So the keyword is perpendicular. Now what you should come to your mind is that two perpendicular lines, when you multiply their gradient, should give you -1. First thing. So what is the question? Find the equation of the line AB. So we have this line and this line. So this point here is 0,6. This point here is 0,4. This one, please, is 6,0, 6,0. Okay, then this point where this one is passing through is 0,1. Okay, very important. So if you can find the gradient of this, we can use it when you multiply to find we can find the gradient of this. So what does it mean here? So we are going to start by finding, so that is it for B. So let us find the gradient for line CD. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What are the points? We can use this one as x1, y1, x2, y2. So we are going to have 4 minus 0 divide 0 minus 6. So this is going to give us 4 over negative 6, which reduces to 2 negative 3. This is the gradient for CD. Now, since that they are perpendicular to each other, we need to find the gradient of AB. Okay, so gradient 1 multiplied by gradient 2 is equals to negative 1. So what is gradient 1? We are going to assume that is gradient 1. So 2 over 3 negative is equal, or multiplied by gradient 2 is equals to negative 1. So here you cross multiply, you are going to have 2. You are going to have negative 2m 2 is equals to negative 3. Divide negative 2, divide negative 2. So gradient 2 is equals to 3 over 2. Just a reciprocal of the other, then the sign changes. So this is the gradient. Now that we have the gradient, we can find the equation. This part is passing through the point that. So I can say y minus y1 is equals to mx minus x1. So this point, this is x1, that is y1. So y minus 1 is equals to 3 over 2 x minus 0. So we cross multiply, this multiplies that, this multiplies that. So 2 y minus 1 then equal to 3 x minus 0. So we have 2y minus 2 equal to 3x. So what do you do? We need to leave it in the form y is equals to mx plus c. So we take everything the other side. So 2y is equals to 3x plus 2. So divide 2, divide 2, divide 2. And we are going to have y is equals to 3 over 2x plus 1. I guess I've not made a mistake at any point. Okay, I guess I've not made a mistake. Mistakes can be made, so please kindly check through as you go through and make sure that you are able to point out that to appreciate. So according to me, that would be the equation. Okay, that would be the equation. All right, let us look at question 15, that is on variation. It is given that x is equals to kz divide y square, where k is a constant of variation. The table shows some of the corresponding values of x, y, and z. Using the information given in the table to find the a value of k, which is the constant variation. So we are given already what connects the relationship or the equation that connects the formula that connects these three. So it's x is equals to k z. And as you can see, this is not from the usual that we see where you have to make this, but here it was given already. So now let us see how we use it. So finding k. So to find k, you are going to get the column that has everything given, where x is given. So for that first part, x is equals to 24, y is equals to 2, then z is equals to 16. We cannot get this one because this part is missing, this part is missing. So we get the one that has everything given. So let us replace. 24 is equals to, what is our z? 16 k over y is 2, but remember square. So 24 is equals to 16 k over 4. Cross multiply, we are going to have 16k is equals to 24 multiply 4. Divide 16, divide 16. K is equals to 16, 4 into 4, 1. 4 into 16 is 4. 4 into 24 is 6. So 6 times 1 divide 1 is 6. So k is 6. Then we can put it back. Okay, we can put back the k so that we can use it to find other questions. Like for example on B, find the value of p. So to find the value of p, we are going to use the same relation, but of course this time around k replaced. So x is equals to, you're saying kz, so k is 6, so we're going to have 6z divide y square. Now to find the value of p, you see p where it is, that is the value of x. So where there is x, we put p. So p is equals to 6. What is the value of z? The value of z here is 6. So multiply 6, divide. What is the value of y? 3. But remember 3 square. So right on top it will be 36, divide 9 at the bottom. And this gives us value of p to be 4. So the value of p is 4. That is for question B. Then for question C, value of q. Look at where is q? Q is right here. And this is y. So whatever there's y, we put q. So still using this same one, x is equals to 6z over y square. So what is x? X in this case is 12. So 12 is equals to 6. What is z? Z is 18. Divide. This is q. So q square. Cross multiply. You are going to have 12q square is equals to 6 times 18. Okay? Divide 12. Divide 12. Q square is equals to 6 into 12, 2. 6 into 6, 1. 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 18, 9. So this is a 9. Square root, square root. The question is value of q. So q is equals to positive 3 or negative 3. So let us put the answers. The first one, we said k is equals to 6. Then p is equals to 4. Then q is equals to 3 and negative 3. Okay, so that is how we work out these. Question 16. Find the integral of, that is 3x to the power 3 plus 4 dx. So what do you do? So to integrate this one, the rule that you need to add the power. Okay, so you need to add the power. Then you do what? Add the power, then you divide the new power. So add the power, divide the new power. So you're going to have 3x to the power 3 plus 1 divide 3 plus 1. Then plus, this is 4x please. I think I didn't copy it well. Yeah, it's 4x. So 4x is just the same as the power 1 plus 1 divide 1 plus 1. Then plus c. So here to simplify this is going to be 3 over 4x to the power 4 plus 4 divide at the bottom, it just be divided 2. So this is simply going to be 2x to the power 2 plus c. So that is what you write here. 3 over 4x to the power 4 plus 2x square plus c. All right, what about the second part? Describe fully the transformation S. So what is happening? The shapes are the same. Okay, the shape are the same, and of course in same orientation. So which means this is translation. We just need to know what kind of translation is this. Okay, so if you were to look at the corresponding side, let's say this one, it has moved to this side 1, 2, 3. So it has moved 3 times. Is it from where? P is mapped onto Q by transformation S. Describe fully the transformation S. Okay, so P to Q. So it has moved going this side, X 3 times. Then down 1, 2. That is 1, 2. So going down, that is negative 2. So the transformation that maps that onto this one, it is translation with a vector. Okay, translation with a vector. 3, negative 2. Okay, is it? So go in this side 3 times, that is in the x, then down, that is the 2. Okay, so that is it. So here we can say translation vector 3, negative 2. All right. Then let us look at the other question now. Question 17. The diagram shows the 3 points OP and Q on the level ground. OPQ is equilateral triangle and the bearing of Q from P is 135. Find the bearing of P from O. So P from O. So immediately you are told P from O, you stand at O. Where is O? Right here. You put up a north. There's already a north. Then you move until you meet the line P O or OP. So you're going to move slightly here. So this is the bearing that we are looking for. This right here. Now what is the size of this? Now to have it easy, very important that you always see when you have a north and a north, always find the this part. So this is the north and this is the north. That north and that north. There's always a line that attaches this and that make all these lines are parallel. There's always a line that attaches to that and forming corresponding angles. So this I can extend it down so that you can see it clearly like this. I can extend it down. Let me just try to extend it. So which means this angle and this are equal. Okay, now how do you find this? Because we need to find this so that we can even find the one that we are interested in. Now you know that straight line is 180. So from here up to there is 180. Now what is this part that is remaining from 180? So 180 minus 30 or 135. So that part is the 45 degree. So this part is 45 degree. Now, another thing, we've been told that this is an equilateral triangle and it has angles inside 60, 60, so which means even the total angles here is 60. We have part of it which is 45. Out of 60, what is remaining? 15. So this part that remains here is 15. If this is 15, also it means that is also 15 degree. So here the bearing is 0, 1, 5 degree in 3 figures. Okay, so the first one is 0, 1, 5 in 3 figures. Then the second one, O from Q. So let us go at Q. So right here, the north. Then we are going to move in the clockwise direction. Okay, so from here until we touch the line OQ. That one. Now, this hole is the bearing we are looking for. How do we find it? Now, here again, very important to know. This and this are parallel. Let me just try to remove some things. They are parallel, and therefore this angle and this angle are equal. So we say this is 45, which means also this is 45. Now, we are interested only in this part, so which means this whole part from here and up to there, we're not interested. So what is that part? Which is 45 plus 60. This gives us what? 105. That is the part we do not want. So we're going to remove it from the total rotation, which is 360. So we say 360 degree minus 105. And this gives us 255 degree as the answer. So here it is going to give us 255 degree. Okay, so question 18. The diagram shows the cuboid with rectangular bases and square ends. PQ is the central axis of the cuboid. Write down the order of rotational symmetry. So this question 18A, I'll leave it up to you. Please be able to comment what is your answer. And of course, maybe elaborate some more so that we can learn from you. Now, look at the Other question, in the answer space below is a incomplete program flowchart to calculate the area of a triangle with base B and the height. Complete the flowchart by writing the appropriate statement in the blank space. So here to complete this one, you just write B, H, then of course here area, you write the formula over 2, that is the H, then that is the height. This is BH height. Okay, so that is what you simply write there. So okay, so that was the space for the answer. The first one, we are going to provide the answer here. So please, what is the order of rotation there? Coming to question 19, function f and g are defined by that and that. Find f inverse. So dealing with 1, to find the inverse, let us rewrite this one. X plus 3 over 2. Now what you do? Y is equals to, so replace this one with y. Y is equals to x plus 3 over 2. Make x the subject, so cross multiply. It's going to be 2y is equals to x plus 3. So to make x the subject, or to make x the subject rather, I can start with this. 3 is equals to 2y. So I can just shift 3 the other side. X is equals to 2y minus minus 3. Then y is equals to 2x minus, I've just switched the position of x and y. Then I can write inverse of this is simply equal to 2x minus 3. So that is the inverse. Okay, so here I can write the inverse here, f of x inverse is simply equal to 2x minus 3. Then b, g of x, which is the composite function. So a function within the function. So this one is just simply replace the second one into the first one where there is x. So g of f x is equals to, we are going to have, so let me just put it like that. So I said you replace this one where there's x in this one. That's what it means. So you're going to have equals to 1 minus 2 x plus 3 over 2. So this and this can cancel. We are remaining with 1 minus 1 x minus 3. So you're going to have 1, negative 1 multiply x, negative 1 multiply negative 3 plus 3. Bring the like terms. So negative x plus 3 plus negative x, was it plus from the start? Yeah, it's a plus. So minus 3. So this one is supposed to be minus 3, please. Supposed to be minus 3 because it's positive here. So minus 3. So this is the minus 3 plus 1. So it's going to be negative x minus 2. And this is the answer, which is g f of x. Then for question C, they are saying C, g of x, that is negative 7. So which means in that we put negative 7 where there's x. So negative 7 minus 2, that is 5, or that is 7 minus 2, and that gives us what? 5. Okay, so that is the answer to this question. So let us record the answers. So here is going to be negative x minus 2. Then here is going to be 5. Question 20. We are closing up. The point A and B are this. So it means this is A, this is B, respectively. Find the length of AB. So length of AB is the same as distance. So you can say distance or distance AB. The formula is square root. Under the square root we have x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Okay, so let us replace. So we can say this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So what is our x2? Negative 4 minus our x1, negative 7. All this square. So we have under the root, then plus, what is our y2 is 5 minus 1 square. So let us work out what is inside there. So you're going to have negative 4 minus, this is positive, so it's just the same as the 3 square, plus this is 4 square. So we are going to have, this is the 9 plus 16, that is the 25. And of course you are going to find 5 unit. So that is the length. So right here we are going to find 5 unit. Okay. Then B, two similar pyramid A and B have surface area. So two similar pyramid have surface area 180 cubic centimeter and 80. So centimeter and 80. So this is the ratio of their area. Okay, this is square, please. Then they are saying respectively the volume of the pyramid A is 1 or 810 centimeter cube. Calculate the volume of B. So this is the ratio of A to B. So we are given this for the square, for the area. So what we do, we need to reduce this to the simplest ratio. So this one I can write is 180, then 8. To reduce this, we are going to start by dividing 20 on both sides. So what are we going to have? We are going to have 9 to, is it 9? We are going to have 9 to 4, please. Then, since they are areas, we are going to reduce them by square rooting. So we are going to have 3 to 2. Now that we have the simplest ratio and we are finding volume, we can cube this so that we find the ratio of their volumes. So ratio of their volume is to be 27 cube, or 27 to 8. Okay, now we can find the volume. The volume of A is 810. What will be the volume of this? So it's just crossing multiply. Here, you are going to have 27 x, so this cross with that. 27x is equals to 810 times 8. Divide 27, divide 27. X is equals to 27, or 9 into 27 is 3. 9 into 81 is 9. 3 into 3 is 1. 3 into 9 is 3. So 30 multiplied by 8. 30 multiplied by 8, it gives us 240 centimeter. Confirm. So we're going to have 240 centimeter cubic. That is how you answer this question. Then now coming to 21, write 3 inequalities that define the unshaded region. So the ones that are slanty or the ones that are standing, the lines, they are easy to write the inequality. And you need to know that the solid line, you can use greater or less, greater or equal to, less or equal to. But for dotted line, you can just use greater or less. So let us see. Let us start with a simple one. So here I'm going to name this one as 1. So for this one is passing at 2. The less part is the one that is shaded. So we are going to write for the opposite. So y is greater or equal to negative 2. Okay, y is greater or equal to negative 2. Then for others, these that are remaining now, you need to come up with the equations. So let me go with this one as the second one. Okay, so it is passing at 5. So let me see. So now we are going to pick the points here. The first point here is 0, 2, 0. The next point there is 0, 5. So that we have the 2 points, we are going to find the gradient first because we want to find the equation of a straight line. So gradient is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We can make this one x1, y1, then x2, y2. So y2 is 5. So 5 minus 0. Then we are going to have 0 minus 2. And the gradient is going to be negative 5 over. Okay, so this is the gradient. Now that we have the gradient, we can find the equation y is equals to mx plus c. It is cutting the y-axis at 5, so c is 5 already. So y is equals to, m is the gradient, so negative 5 over 2x plus 5. So this is the equation. Now, which part is shaded? So this is a solid line. And when you can see, the shaded part is the greater part. Okay? The shaded part is the what? It's a greater part. So what are we going to write as the inequality? So we are going to write, since the shaded part is the greater part, we write the less part. Okay? So this one is going to be y is less or equal to negative 5 over 2x plus 5. All right, look at the last one, which is the third one. What could be the answer to this line? So I'll leave it to you. Make sure that you pay attention. This is a dotted line, and the part that is shaded, find the equation of this one and be able to comment. Make sure that you indicate question number, if possible, also the topic. This is inequality. This is on linear programming. Okay, question 22. We are almost there. Given that PQ is this, OQ is that, find the coordinate of P. Now here, what do we do? You need to know that PQ is equals to, so vector PQ is equals to Q minus P. So here we have PQ, which is 2, 3. Then equal to Q is 4, negative 1. Then minus P, which is x, y. Okay. So what is going to happen? So 2, 3, 4 minus, so we are going to subtract 4 minus x, then negative 1 minus y. Then of course we equate this top part equal to the top part there. So 2 is equals to 4 minus x. So what happens is just the same as 4 comes the other side, become negative. So negative 4 plus 2 equal to negative x. That is negative 2 is equal to negative x, negative 1, negative 1. X is equal to 2. So I saying find the what? Find the coordinates of P. Coordinates, which means we write them P, comma. So this is our P. So the coordinates so far for x is 2. Let us find for y. So we are going to get the bottom part. So negative 1 minus y is equals to 3. Negative y is equals to, this goes the other side, become positive 3 plus 1. Negative y is equals to 4. Divide negative 1, negative 1. Y is equals to negative 4. So, comma, negative 4. That is the coordinate of P. All right. Then let us go for the second question here for sketching. I guess you've picked something here, what you've answered so far. And I guess you've been enjoying the revision. So please, if you do so, do not forget to subscribe and also don't forget to inform others. We also offer online lessons. You can join us for 2026, either IGCSE, Cambridge, or GCE. That is, or ECZ, let me say. Coming to question B, sketch, represent the graph, this graph, passing through point A and B and C. Find the coordinates of AB. So to find the coordinates of AB are along the line y is equals to 0. So we just equate the equation equal to 0. So that is 1. So the equation is x is equals to x squared minus 6x plus 5. So we say x squared minus 6x plus 5 equal to 0. Then we can solve this quadratic equation using factorization method. So let us find the product. The product is A multiplied by C. So 5 multiplied by 1, which is 5. The sum is equals to -6. Then, of course, what are the factors? So for the factors, we are going to look at the numbers that go into 5. When you multiply those numbers, they'll give you 5. When you add them, they'll give you -6. So it's 1 and 5. But we need to change the sign. -1, -5. If you add these, -6, multiply them, 5. So the factors we have is -1, -5. So let us replace x squared minus x minus 5, x plus 5 equal to 0. We can group these. What are we going to have in the first part? What is common? X is common. What remains? X minus 1. Then the second one, what is common? -5. What remains? X minus 1. Okay, when you multiply it back, should be able to give you what you've factorized. So pick what is common. So x minus 5, x minus 1 equal to 0, equal to 0. So get each of the point equate to 0, x minus 5 equal to 0, which is x is equals to 5. X minus 1 equal to 0, x is equals to 1. So we have the value of x as 1 and 5. Now looking at the graph, here is a 0. Surely the first number here should be 1. But comma what? Comma 0. Because along this line, the values of y are 0. Therefore, that one is 4, 0. Is it 4? 5, 0, please. So the coordinates, therefore, of A is 5, of A is 1, 0. B is 5, 0. So you're going to have 1, 0, then 5, 0. Okay. Then the turning point of a curve. So turning point of the curve is equals to -b over 2a, 4ac minus b square over 2a. Okay. So find the turning point. This point or this question also, I give it to you. Find the turning point. So try it out as you are answering. Okay, because that will help you also to study. So that is how you find the turning point. The last question. The diagram shows the speed time graph of particle or of a particle. The particle starts from rest and accelerate uniformly to the speed of 10 meters per second in 5 seconds. It then moves at this constant speed for 5 seconds and then accelerates at 2 meters per second square for 5 seconds to reach the speed of v meter per second. The question again. The diagram below shows the speed time graph of a particle. The particle starts from rest and accelerates uniformly to speed of 10 meters per second in 5 seconds. It then moves at this constant speed for 5 seconds and then accelerates 2 meters per second square for 5 seconds to reach the speed of v meter per second. Alright, as you can see the graph, find the acceleration during the first 5 seconds. So acceleration is equals to final minus initial divide time. The time already been given in the first 5 seconds, so the time is equal to 5. Starting from rest, so the initial is 0 and final is equal to 10. So 10 minus 0 divide 5, and this gives us 2 meter per second square. So that's the answer. Then value of v. How do you find the value of v? Now, the value of v is in the other part of acceleration. Here we've been told the acceleration is 2 meter per second square. Then the time taken is equals to 5, as you can see from 10 to 15. Then now the final velocity is v. The initial velocity where it is starting from 10. Okay, so here you can use the formula acceleration is equals to final initial divide time. Acceleration is 2. Final we do not have. Initial is 10 divide time is 5. Cross multiply. 10 is equals to v minus 10. Bring 10 the other side. V is going to be 10 plus 10, and this gives us 20 meter per second. So that is going to be 20 meter per second. Average speed for the whole journey. So the average speed, we look at total distance divide total time. So total distance divide total time. So the total time we have it already is 15. We can write it in advance. It's 15 seconds. But what about the total time? So the total time, we are going to calculate the total time or the area for the whole shape. I can see 2 trapezium, this first one and also this second one. So let us start with the first one. So how do you find the area of a trapezium? So we are going to say this is the distance. A plus B multiply height. So for the first one, our B is equals to 10. Our A from here up to there is equals to A is equals to 5. That is 10 minus 5. Then our height is equals to 10. So half, what is our A? 5 plus B 10 multiply height is 10. So this and that remain with 5. So 15 it's going to be 15 multiplied by 5, giving us what? 75 meter for the first part. Then the second trapezium, half A plus B height. Look at this. When it is lying like this, it is sitting on the, so if the trapezium is in this orientation, just know that it is sitting on the height. So the height is this. A you can put this, B you can put this. So this is our B, which is we found to be 20 there. So this is a 20. Then this is our A, which is a 10. Then this is our height, which is a 5. The moment you mess up with this, you will not find the correct answer. So what is our A? Our A is 10 plus, what is our B? 20. What is our height? 5. So we are going to find 30 in the brackets. We are going to find 30 in the brackets, multiply by 5, divide 2. This is 15, multiply by 5, 75 meter. So total is going to give us 75 plus 75, and that is 150 meter. So 150 meter as a distance. So divide 15, 1, 1. That is 10 meter per second. So the average speed is 10 meter per second. What am I finding? The first part, acceleration. Second part, value of v. So first part, acceleration is 2 meter per second square. The velocity for a second part is 20 meter per second. Then the last part is 10 meter per second. I guess we've done the correct thing. Alright, so that is what you needed to answer in the whole of the paper. Overall, the paper was easy, but as you know, exam phobia, because of lack of preparation, sometimes the anxiety of unknown, it just happens so that you look at the paper to be difficult. Otherwise, we've come to the end of the presentation. So please do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Invite some more of your colleagues. We offer physical and online lessons. If you happen to stay in Lusaka, Kabwata area to be specific, you can still come through the physical location. We are found just near Kabwata Primary School. Otherwise, we can end here and see you in the next one.